welcome to Robin on the Farm. This morning I'm going to be making some French toast. Now French toast is an excellent meal to know how to make because it's frugal, it's fast, and it's delicious. I have a son who's 17 now, but his entire life he has woken up, gotten dressed, and come into the kitchen for breakfast. And if something's not ready for him, he's disappointed and I'm disappointed in myself. Usually I try to make him some eggs and bacon and sausage or German pancakes or something like that, but all of that takes some time. And so some mornings when I'm running late getting out of bed or gotten sidetracked with a project or something like that, I know that I always have stuff for French toast. And French toast is fast. I can get it on the table in 5 minutes. All you need is some bread. You can use, like me, some day-old bread that I made. That's kind of on the way out. You can use cinnamon bread, you can use French bread. The best is really cinnamon bread. In a pinch, you can even use stuff like old hamburger buns. I've done that before and it actually turns out really good. So let's get started. All you need is bread, cinnamon, eggs, milk, and powdered sugar and syrup is how we like it. So I'm just gonna start here. I'm just gonna cut my bread. Go ahead and get this done. My son recently did a project on French toast and I learned some really neat things about it. That's the cool thing about homeschooling. Even though he does a distance education program that's accredited, but I'm super involved in it and I can learn little bits and pieces of what he does. So I learned a lot about French toast from his project. I'll tell you a little bit about it in a second. Okay, so I got my bread cut up. Now I'm just gonna take 2 eggs. Get these eggs in here. Okay, so I really just eyeball this. I'm gonna do 2 eggs and I'm just gonna add some milk. Good a bit of milk. You can kind of make it go farther the more milk you add if you don't have like a ton of eggs or something some morning. So maybe half a cup of milk, I'll say, and 2 eggs. I'm gonna add some vanilla. I really like vanilla, so I'm gonna add a good amount. But I'm just gonna eyeball it. I was probably a tablespoon. Okay, so you just kind of get this all whisked up. I have this in one of my vintage Corningware things from my mother-in-law that I really like. We use them all the time. Okay, now you're just gonna take your bread, gonna lightly kind of soak it in the milk for a second and stick it on. This is actually one of my favorite breakfasts just because it tastes so good. It's really good. So some of the things we learned from my son's project that he did on it was everybody thinks French bread is from France, but no, that's not the case. It actually originated in ancient Rome. It appears in a cookbook that they have from the 4th century. Apicius put together this cookbook, and so the Romans did it pretty much the same as us. They soaked their bread in egg and milk, and then they fried it in oil, and then they covered it with honey, which sounds really good. I have never tried French toast like that, but I might need to. It also appeared in an English cookbook in the 14th century, in a cookbook compiled for Richard II. I guess when it was first introduced in America, it was by a man named Joseph French in 1724, and he wanted to name it French's toast, but of course it got changed to just French toast. So that's why everybody thinks it's from France, but it's not. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Okay, looking good. So just let it cook for a few minutes on each side. Also, all around the world, people have their own little variations of it. I learned that in Italy, they actually soak it in the milk and the egg, and then they put slices of mozzarella cheese in the middle of it, which is pretty funny to me because, you know, I guess they put cheese on everything. In Hong Kong, they serve it with peanut butter. The Creole French, they put some whiskey in it. One place, where is it? I want to say Germany. They make it like this, but then they put sausage in the middle and eat it like a sandwich. So that's kind of cool. So this is like really something that people make all over the world. And the way we're gonna do it today, it's just the classic American French toast way, I think. Let's see. Okay, it looks good. You can kind of see. I think that's cooked enough. You can get it as dark as you want it, but anyway, and then my kids all like different amounts of cinnamon, so we all just put it on ourselves. So I'm gonna put a little bit of cinnamon on here. Okay, and then of course, powdered sugar, because we love powdered sugar. It's not the healthiest meal, but everything in moderation, right? It can double as a dessert too. But French toast has really saved me a lot of mornings when I've been running late and my son is hungry. My girls, they also expect food, but they're not quite so like wake up and eat right away. I can get away with them a little bit. Let me get these off of here. They're looking good. Just as long as the egg is all cooked on top, you're good. There we go. Okay. So let me try a little bite of this. You can't go wrong with powdered sugar and cinnamon and syrup, right? So good. So fast, so good. And it's filling too. It's a great way to use up your old bread. It's made with ingredients that we always have. We always have eggs, we always have milk, we always have vanilla and cinnamon and powdered sugar and syrup. So if you didn't know how to make this, hopefully you know how to make it now. If you put different stuff on your French toast, let me know because I want to try it. But you can't go wrong with this kind. Anyway, thanks for coming today. Thanks for making French toast with me. Hope you've enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.